What's up, Chode Nation? Today I want to talk about Tony Hawk 5 and my thoughts.
What's on Jay's mind?
Alright guys, so here's my thoughts on Tony Hawk 5. It's not necessarily a review, although there will be a lot of review type elements in this video. I made a video a little while back when Tony Hawk 5 was announced. I was a huge fan of the Tony Hawk series pre-ride, and they came back old school. I was pretty excited about it. I got the game. I just got the platinum the other day on it, and I just want to kind of tell you guys, you know, I've been asked lately, should I get it? Is it good? What's new? What's different? Blah blah blah. So I'm just gonna hit on a couple of key points here, just stuff that I don't know, stuff that I thought of and stuff that I remembered while going through the game. Let's hit on some good points here on the game first. All right, the gameplay. First of all, the gameplay, it's classic Tony Hawk. It's Tony Hawk 1 through 4. It's Underground. It's American Wasteland. It is. That being said, that's a good thing because the gameplay is good. I don't really know what else to say about the gameplay. You grind, you jump, you ollie, you fucking get into a half pipe, and you're good to go. It's Tony Hawk. It's a good thing. So yeah, they took it back old school. They took the game back old school. The ride completely killed the franchise for me. At that point, I was done. I didn't want to jump on a board and pretend I'm skateboarding, because if I want to do that shit, I'll go outside and do it. So they took it back old school. That's another really good point. This is I know a lot of reviewers out there are giving this game shit, but it's better than Ride, it's better than Downhill Jam, it's better than Project 8. It is definitely that old school Tony Hawk feel. Some of the things that are the same are, you know, the missions. You got to get your high scores. You got to, you know, go through the rings. You've got to do your manuals, your grinds, your all that stuff for points and all that good stuff. Not a lot has changed there. There's a couple variations, a couple differences from level to level, but it's all pretty much the same there. I don't want to say it's repetitive, because what game's not really, if you think about it? I mean, even Grand Theft Auto, you go online, you kill people, you steal cars, or don't go online, whatever. You do the same shit over and over and over again. Now what's new? There's a feature called Slam, and basically when you're in the air, you hit, on PlayStation it's triangle or the grind button, and your guy will, wherever he is, he will slam down onto the ground or onto a wire or a ledge or whatever, and he will start to grind. It's also a button if you're coming off a half pipe the wrong way and you're gonna bail, you can hit triangle and he'll right himself. The character will right himself. So that's new. The slam button is definitely, it takes a little bit of getting used to, very little bit of getting used to once you first do it. But those are some new features. What's different? What was taken out? Stuff like the Nada spin. I remember that. You can get on a pole and spin. Stuff like jumping off the board from Wasteland to continue your combo. Something else that was changed was when you were in like a manual, you could hit certain button combinations, and he would change up, you know, whatever trick he was doing. You know, square square, X X, triangle triangle, circle circle, triangle square, triangle circle. Any of those button combinations, whether you were doing a manual or if you were doing a grind or if you were doing a lip trick, would change your trick. That was removed, and that's good. That's good for multipliers. Really is all that's good for. So that's not too huge of a deal. I did catch myself several times trying to do that and change my trick while, you know, sitting on a lip or grinding or manualing or something. Another big thing, a big change, and I would put this as a bad point, is character customization. You can't customize your characters like you used to be able to. You used to be able to go in and create a guy that looked like you or semi-resembled you, you know. And for me, you know, back in the day, it was I used to wear a lot of wife beaters and obviously a Cubs hat. So it was jeans, wife beater, and a blue hat. And it was, you know, kind of like I was skating with me. I really like that. I enjoy character customization, creating characters, just like I do in wrestling games. That's completely gone. You can't change any of the outfits that your guys are wearing. There's alternate outfits, but it's nothing to get excited about. Tony Hawk, he could have had a classic 80s, where he was younger. That's not there. Since we're talking about characters, some of the characters are gone as playable characters unless you make them custom, unlock the head, the boards, the costumes, all that kind of stuff, like Officer Dick, Ollie the Bum. They are there in the game, but you got to unlock them first. You got to unlock their parts, and you can create a custom character that way. So it's weird that way. I don't know why they did that. Lil Wayne's in it. Lil Wayne, I mean, it's kind of odd him being in a Tony Hawk game because he's a rapper, but he does skateboard. And unless you knew that, you're seeing Lil Wayne and going, "What the fuck is Lil Wayne in this game?" Speaking of characters, I'll stay on that topic for a minute. The roster is a bunch of new school dudes, which is fine, and I understand that. But throwing some old school in there, give us a Rodney Mullen, Alva Peralta, Christian Hosoi, Rodriguez. Give us some of those guys, because for me that was skateboarding. I mean, hell, give me Eric Cosson, Bob Burnquist, anybody besides just really kind of nothing. The roster was very, very poor. Not to discredit any of these guys, because they do shit that we can't do, and that's why we're sitting here, playing it on PlayStation or Xbox, because we can't do this shit in real life. But a little more options would have been appreciated on that front. Another bad point, in my opinion, is the levels and the level design. I mean, supposedly these are all real, modeled after real skate parks and whatnot. But I mean, I'm getting tired of beach. I'm getting tired of fucking school. I'm getting tired of. I mean, there's nothing new. I mean, you got the barracks in there, but how are you gonna have the barracks, but you don't have Eric Costin, who is part owner of the barracks? That's kind of where I'm going with like the characters and the levels and whatnot. There's a couple of unique levels in there, and that's not a good thing, because the asteroid level is that was one of the most difficult parts of the game, or levels of the game, for me to do a couple of the missions, because you can't see where a pole starts and ends. So there's a ring challenge where you got to go through the rings. That was one of the harder ones on that particular level, because there's a few glitches in the game too on that one. It kept kicking you off your grind, stuff like that, which just makes you go quicker, and it's a time-based challenge, so that matters. So the level design was pretty piss poor in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, and that's just coming from a game player standpoint, not a reviewing standpoint. I'm not going to sit there and pick it apart and break it down, because I still played the shit. Would I prefer some different levels? Absolutely. Speaking of levels, there's a creative level, and I played a few of these online. Some of them are pretty damn good, and pretty much anything you can imagine in your head, you can put in a skate park, your own skate park. So there's that at least. There are. You can make custom levels. It's much better options than, I think it was Tony Hawk 3 or 2 or 4 or something like that, where you could create a skate park. This is leaps and bounds better. This is definitely one of the better points of the game, is the creative level. It's not all bad. Glitches, there's a few. I had a couple of freeze issues where just for 3 to 5 seconds the game would just freeze on me. Usually after a mission. It only happened once, maybe twice during a mission. One time in particular, I was doing the Hawkman, pellets, where you either got to grind, jump, or manual to get the pellets, and it happened right in the middle of a mission. So that was a little irritating, but there were so few and so far in between that, again, not a huge deal, and I can let it slide. Online play, I didn't do it. I went online to get my trophies. That's basically it. I went online. Everything I did, solo, offline, whatever, private match, whatever you want to call it. I went online. I basically jumped into a few levels and just jumped right back out just to be able to rate them. And I just gave them all good ratings by default. I did play a few though, like I said, and the ones I did play, there were some pretty good ones on there. Trophies, not too difficult if that's your thing. If I pick up a game, I like to try to complete it. Doesn't always happen, but I do. There's a couple of grinding trophies where you got to level your guy up to like level 50. You got to get 250 stat points, you know, with your, I think it's the 10 man roster or whatever it is. So that was just, you know, grinding, like I like to call grinding. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of thing, but it is what it is. It wasn't a huge beating. The difficulty, there's some challenging stuff and there's some super easy stuff. There's some pretty challenging stuff. Overall, not bad. Not bad for a comeback game. Did I want more? Did I expect more? Sure. Is it a piece of garbage like a lot of people have been saying it is? No. I think if you're saying this game is just a complete piece of shit, then I think you're just a spoiled fucking brat, honestly. Let's be happy and hope that it's moving into the right direction. Getting away from fucking Ride is the right direction. So they got to polish it up. A lot of people are bitching about the graphics. Yeah, give me gameplay over graphics, whatever. Would I say it's PS2 graphics? Get the fuck out of here with that. It's definitely not PS4 graphics, which is what I was playing on. But overall, the game's not bad. It's decent. It's an easy platinum if that's your gig. If you just want to, you know, pad your stats, pad your trophy stats, then go for it. I get this question a lot. Is it worth $60? Is anything worth $60? Honestly, because no matter what you spend, you're gonna find something to complain about and wish something was different. Wish you could have gotten more out of it. Whatever. That being said, if you're just cheap and want to save money, wait until it goes on sale. Wait till the price drops. But pick the game up. You're not going to be completely disappointed. I don't watch reviews, and I saw a few reviews before I went into this, and I think people are just asswipes basically. So, but that's my thoughts on Tony Hawk. I enjoyed it. You know, am I gonna put it back in? Probably not. Now that I've got that platinum on it. So take that for what it's worth. And I'll be waiting on Tony Hawk 6. Actually, I'll be waiting on any Tony Hawk as long as it isn't Ride. In my opinion, they can only improve from here. So, that being said, let's see what they do in the future.
Want more Shady, Jay? Of course you do. Hit subscribe to be up to date with what Jay has to say.